but it has problems of its own. One very significant problem for nearest neighbor classifier is outliers. So if I happened to take one of the blue points and relabel it as red, that will result in a very dramatic change in the decision boundary, right? So if this point is red, then all of a sudden this entire region of space that was behind this point will be classified as red. Previously it was classified as blue, and now that whole half space is going to be classified as red. So that's pretty dramatic. You've made a tiny, tiny change to your training set, and this change results in a huge change in the decision boundary. That's something that is not very. That's something that's not very desirable. Another thing is, nearest neighbor has no notion of a prior. Right, so it has no notion that one class may be a lot more prominent, a lot more frequent than another class. It cannot take it cannot take that into account in any way. So a simple way to temper that is to look at more than one nearest neighbor. So instead of looking at the single closest training example to me, what I'm going to do is I'm going to find maybe 3 examples that are as close as possible to me and look at the dominant class in that case. Right? So for any point in this region, one nearest neighbor classifier would say that it's red, but if I look at 3 nearest neighbors, so this point right there, for example, the 3 nearest neighbors would be the red, the blue, and the blue, and the majority vote would say it's blue, because most of the neighbors are blue. And if I took a 5 nearest neighbor, it would still be blue. So it's a simple way to add a little bit more stability to the nearest neighbor classifier.